all about social networking. And I thought it was really interesting. He goes, yeah, my 13-year-old son says we needed to do this. And, you know, what they did was they just basically created an app for people to download on their phones if they need a jump start, if they need a tow, if they need something. So they push a button on their phone, and it pulls up this guy's webpage, and so he gets his business that way. We are only scratching the surface. We are only at the very beginnings of where this can and will go. Someday we hope that the social networking here will make it simpler where I just give you a for instance, where we maybe have some photographing equipment like a Kindle behind the counter that dealers can come pick up from the counter, walk to their booth, aim it at an item, push a few buttons, and boom, it's automatically listed in different areas. And those kinds of things, I don't know how many of you, I'm not asking for a response, I just want you to think to yourselves, how many of you have children? How many of you have seen children? My goodness, I'm terrified. How many do you see the person driving down the highway beside you on their cell phone, texting or doing whatever? It is where the future is going. So let's start with our handout, and I'm going to do the brief presentation. I'm going to open it to questions and answers. Now, I set this up for 2 hours because I didn't know how much questions and answers we would have. I think the presentation is only going to take 15 to 20 minutes. But then I'm here for questions and answers. If I get a good grouping of individuals come back in, I'll do the presentation again. I also did it in a template like this so that I could do this presentation again down the road. You know, because maybe more people haven't, you know, couldn't make it today because of the snowstorm. So, you know, I'm going to do this again because I think this is huge. So I got to put my glasses on. The cover page is the one Miss Alicia did that we sent out to everybody. And it's very interesting about how we have a lot of things that we're already doing that we're already seeing payoffs for. We're already seeing things selling out of here because of things we're already doing. But let's start. Social networking, what is it? Social networking is using technological tools to make us memorable. You know, I have a Facebook page. I have a fan page on Facebook. I have a Twitter account. I have a YouTube account. I've already downloaded 30 plus videos from here on my YouTube account. So people of all ages are using computers and their phones to buy, sell, and make informed decisions, or to just get information. It keeps people seeing us, keeps our name associated with antiques and collectibles. In the times past, people used to use the phone book for information. Now even the phone companies are changing how they're doing things. It used to be one of the most expensive advertising tools that any business had was their phone book ad. And I can remember not too many years back, if I traveled to a city somewheres and I'd never been there before, or I was going to have to be there for a few days, well, what's the first thing you do? You're in the hotel, you pull the phone book out and you start looking at businesses, you start looking at maps of the city, you start seeing where you're at and how you can get around. Phone companies are not like that. Most people no longer advertise in the phone books the way they used to. So phone companies have had to restructure how they do things. They're going all internet. They're going all online. They're doing, unfortunately for them, they waited till they're a little behind the times because now they're struggling to catch up because they lost so many people on advertising because people didn't see the value of that advertising. And, you know, the cost of printing the phone books, a lot of people didn't want to keep. When I was in Phoenix, Arizona, they had, count them, 6 phone books this large for their city proper. And I was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't figure this out at all. It was very confusing. Now, you know, you have phone apps. You can go on your telephone and you can put in, you know, a Google map. You can get a map of the city you're in. You can, some of the phones, I see it on TV where they go, ice cream parlor, you know, and then because of your GPS system that's in your phone, it'll tell you where your nearest ice cream parlor is, or the mom wants a shopping mall, you know, wherever they want to go, and they're getting it right back from their phone right in. In my household, I have my wife, my daughter, and myself. We have 3 cell phones and we no longer have a home phone. And that is very, very common. no longer have home phones in their homes. They only carry around a cell phone because everything I need is right here. So I couldn't see, I mean, granted, with the 3 cell phones that we have, there's a good deal of expense, but it's not ridiculous. I mean, I think I used to pay just for my home phone and the things we had to hit $75 a month. And now it's like $75 per line, but my daughter pays for her upgrades, and the company here pays for my phone, and so my wife and then my daughter's basic line, and then any over and above things that we do, I pay for on our main plan. So